not give up on your legal status. Many people fail to respond to RFE or file an application before the deadline. This is why we offer a strategy session for 15 minutes at no cost to you. Not everyone qualifies. First, you need to speak with our CARES team. We receive many requests, so we recommend you answer a few questions on our website, greencardguys.com. Our mission is to help people live and work in America legally. Go ahead and subscribe below and follow and share. Talk to you soon. What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? All right. So today we are live talking about immigration. Welcome to greencardguys.tv. Let me see if I can change what's going on here. Okay. So today I don't know what's going on TikTok, but let's see. Okay. So we want to talk about cases, anything related to immigration. I can also share with you about cases that are delayed. We get a lot of people authorize us to help them file a mandamus lawsuit, and not many of you have heard about it. Okay. So if you haven't, stay tuned to the show, learn more about it, because there's a crap ton of unfortunate situations. Okay. Unfortunate situations with immigration. All right. So I was trying to do some TikTok effect, but can't figure that out right now on the spot. All right. So we have several scenarios where you can file a lawsuit against USCIS, State Department, anything related to immigration case, typically when there's a delay. Now, there could be a delay on your interview, could be a delay on your decision. You already had the interview, or you have a visa refusal, or you're in what we unfortunately, have to call it the black swamp. Okay. Quicksand. And it just feels like there's no way to get out. And that is none other than administrative processing, 221G. Okay. My name is John Ting. I'm here to help you secure your legal status to live and work in America legally. If you're on this channel right now, likely your feed shared it with you for a reason. Okay. So stay tuned. I'll be on for about 10 minutes. Very short show today. At least for this session, I have to have several meetings with the team, and I had to grab had to make a sandwich real quick, which I can't even eat right now anyway. But if you have some questions about immigration anyway right now, please let me know. Happy to help point you in the right direction. Okay, let's see what here. Yeah, so what y'all think about the presidential debate the other day? Drop in the comments. K for Kamala Harris or T for Trumpy. All right. So the other thing you need to know. Okay. So with immigration, you would love to believe that USCIS or State Department is just going to do the right thing for a good amount of y'all. Pretty decent percentage. If I had to put a percentage, it seems like 65% of the time they issue a decision, they send you an interview notice in a timely manner. And in 2023 and 2024, especially for AOS, adjustment of status in the United States, for marriage cases, married to a U.S. citizen, not married to a resident, married to a U.S. citizen, that they tend to be waiving these interviews. But it doesn't happen for everyone, but it seems like a majority of our cases, a high majority of our cases. Now, just because you get an interview notice, that's great. That is wonderful, but don't think it's going to be a piece of cake. You need to, I recommend, of course, a little bias based on an experience of what we've seen with people who represent themselves. And then they contact our office and said, what do we do now? Got a denial letter, got a notice of intent to deny. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Okay. But look, this is a pivotal stage of your life. Okay. If you're on this channel, especially on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok, and you have not seen our live show before, there's a reason why the algorithm has pushed you my show. Okay. You likely have an immigration question that, or you have an immigration case pending, or maybe in the past. Okay. So we're here to help you secure your legal status to live and work in America. Look, There is no obligation to hire our law firm. We're happy to just point you in the right direction here in a live show if we can. But if your situation resonates with some of the scenarios that I mentioned in a live show, that, yeah, maybe I need to contact a law firm. I need to get that extra protection. Okay. Because again, this is a pivotal journey in your life to secure that legal status, because it's not as simple like, oh, I get denied and there's no problem, just apply again. For some scenarios, yes, you can reapply. But even if it could reapply and legally still eligible, you got to pay more attorney's fees. I'm sorry, more government fees because maybe you're representing yourself. I'm not sure. Maybe you had a lawyer before. I'm not sure. But either way, if you got denied and you had an attorney, you need to ask yourself this question. I'm an attorney, by the way, immigration attorney, licensed in Texas. Thank you for the question. Really appreciate it. I take no offense in answering those questions because I'm not dressed an attorney. Like, I'm not dressed like one with a tie all the time. I know some people are, but you check me on the texasbar.com. Welcome to input my name, John Ting, Ting, and check me out there. Um, I have not been reprimanded, grieved in that sense. So my license is good. Can I represent in Florida? Yes, absolutely. Happy to help, Carol. Happy to chat. My team's happy to chat with you. Which, by the way, um, this is not, of course, intended to be a sales pitch. I'm here just to share with you the negative situations. Because most of the time when you hear from a friend or a family member, like, oh, don't worry, like your auntie or uncle will say, yeah, I can help you. Your buddy will say, yeah, I can help you. I've done this, like I've did it for my own case. But then just because their case got approved doesn't mean your case going to get approved. Maybe your factual history of immigration history is different than theirs. That's why most of the time I think it is a little bit curious and funny, maybe not funny, but humorous that some people think like they mention like 50 people and they're like, oh yeah, they got it. So what about, shouldn't I get it done? So like in a timely manner as well? No, that's not necessarily the situation. Like, and you tried your best, right? Because you only know so much if you don't do this every day like we do. Okay. So, and you only have to hire a law firm one time to get your green card. If you think about that. Whereas your iPhone, your Samsung, you got to even your vehicle, your car, you got to get a new one in so many years, like 3 years. And look, I try to keep my iPhone for at least 2 years minimum, but it can get difficult when that battery life starts to slow down, like a Tesla. Oops. Um, but yeah, some of you have your case stuck for 5 months after 5 months. That's wild. All right, let me look at some of the questions here. Thanks for your questions in the comment section. Appreciate your trust to even ask. But if you're interested, I see some comments that some of y'all want to meet with our team. So if you're interested in, pretty decent idea, you want to, link up with our team, get that legal service. Um, okay, sorry about that. I'm just sending a message to my team. Uh, Multitasking, difficult thing to do while running a live show. Okay, sharing some negative stories with y'all. No, I'm not trying to fearmonger here. Okay, I'm not trying to do that. But I do have to share real life experiences, right? I think you would likely appreciate hearing these stories that are truthful. Okay, I'm not telling any lies here. Um, all attorney-client privilege here, confidentiality, of course. But there are situations when people are stuck in admin processing for now. When it's at least 6 months, we'll consider filing a lawsuit for you. Okay. When it's we don't accept every case. Like some of y'all say, like we filed the case 6 months ago. Like can't file a lawsuit yet, unfortunately. Uh, Now, when it's a 485 case and it's at least 15 months after filing date, whether you had the interview or not, we can consider filing a lawsuit for you. Okay. So if you're interested in uh, hiring our services, authorizing our legal team to help secure your legal status, that is option number one in our link in the description box. Okay. Or YouTube and Facebook. On TikTok, it'll be up there. Okay. By the way, tap the screen if you appreciate how I present the situation. There's just a lot of information here, so sorry, I'm trying to share as much information in 15 minutes or so. Okay, so I see a lot of K's here for Kamala. That's great. I mean, you pick who you want, of course. By the way, just in case you need to know this, if you're not a U.S. citizen, if you're not naturalized or born in America, do not vote, do not register to vote. It's a consequence, okay? It can be a bar, especially when you vote. Now, when you register, there's a way around it. There is still argument to still become a US citizen. But just in case, because please don't, because that just adds the fuel to the Republican Party. I'm just tired of hearing from Governor Abbott in the media talking about, or our Attorney General talking about, oh, they're going to crack down more. Like, I really don't think it's an issue, but just in case. Let's see. Let me answer some comments here, questions from the very top here. Paru on TikTok asks, is N400 processing time faster? You just submitted this September 8th, 2025, 2024, you mean? Okay, so wait, you just filed it like 5 days ago? Yeah, I mean, generally 3 to 5 months lately, the last 2 years, but it could depend on your field office. Congratulations on filing. Sometimes just the fact of filing it, deciding to file is a big step because some of y'all are hella slow. Seriously, hella slow. Some people contact my office like 5 years ago and then contacted us again. Like literally, that just happened like yesterday, apparently. I think it was at least 5 years, maybe even almost 8 to 10 years. And I'm like, what have you been doing all this time? I know things happen in life, but geez, Louise, come on now. So much can happen in even in 1 year. So much can happen that who knows? Your eligibility you can no longer be eligible. Just who knows what happened? Like maybe you got arrested, you got convicted for whatever reason, wrong place, wrong time. Y'all all good people. Anyway, next question. Christina Khan, your husband and you were in the family court and you have a restraining order to stay away from each other. Okay. For 1 year, I wish you all the best. For 1 year now, he filed for divorce. Okay, what I mean, I don't know what kind of restraining order you have, but sometimes, at least in Texas, it's fairly common whether or not there's any abuse. Can you renew it's not called renew, it's called remove your conditions from the resident card. I know it's just formal language here, but yeah, you can certainly, even if there's a divorce and it's still pending and not completed yet, and the timing to file that remove conditions application 751, you want to do it in a timely manner. Okay, so even if you don't have the divorce proceeding completed yet, at least provide them that petition for that. Let them know it's ongoing. Okay, you need to provide them some kind of proof. Yo, this is just dropping knowledge right here. This is typically something that immigration lawyer is not going to share with you on a live show or at all because they want to gatekeep. They want to just hold that kind of information and say, well, please, dear, hire us so that we can do that part for you. Look, I can't give you I'm not supposed to give you legal advice, okay? My state bar tells me as a disclaimer, do not construe this information as legal advice. It's legal information. Take it for what you will, of course. But I got to tell you that you need to consult with an attorney one-on-one if you want to take action on what I said, okay? I know it seems a little strange I have to say that, but I have to. All right, so because there could be some nuance in your situation that not is hard to discuss on a live show here. Now, usually you're welcome to join the live show. I just have a short timing. You can see here, like I haven't even taken a bite from a sandwich. Dear God, I always take lunch late. Sometimes have to skip it, and I got the next couple meetings here. So, with that being said, I do have premier associate attorneys on my team. They do wonderful work. Okay, they have meetings with clients. Just to be upfront, I typically do not meet clients. Okay, and it's really strange. I love to meet y'all. I'd rather meet you on a live show um, first, at least. But typically, the meetings with clients are with my associates. Just to be upfront. Okay. Um, Most of y'all understand that, but some don't. So I just had to put that up a disclaimer because this managing the team, keeping people happy in my team, keeping y'all happy, um, keeping my family happy. Man, it's a hard life. It's a hard life. Sorry for mind your biz. Sorry, no live chat today just because I have to leave soon. I have to answer. There's a lot more questions today. Um, but if we can, I'll try to go later. I'll try to come back after a couple meetings today. I'll see if I can come back live maybe 3 p.m. Usually I have to pick up the kids, but I think my wife's gonna take care of that today, hopefully, so I can come back live. So if I don't answer your question right now in 10 minutes, then I'll come back live. I'll try my best. All right, let's see. Let's see. I see some questions on a couple of these channels here. Absolutely, Chewy. Happy to help. Ashlyn, is the Fifth Circuit deciding after the hearing to lift the hold on the PIP approval, or that will that be up to the lower court? So right now it's at the lower court, the federal district court in the Eastern District of Texas. Um, and so I believe the injunction hearing, the formal hearing, should be the September 23rd because that's the date that it expires, the current stay. So I suspect the 23rd of September is when we're going to have more substantive information. There should be an order. Hopefully, from today, the past couple of weeks until September 23rd is enough time for a judge to understand more of the facts because that's what we want them to do. Well, that's what we want the judge to do, rely on the facts. No, like hypotheses. Did I say that right? Hypothetical situations. We just want the judge to rely on facts. Okay. And I believe the facts will show. If this is my closing argument to you guys, I believe the facts will show any hypothetical situation about more costs that states have to include because if PIP is allowed and approved for at least 500,000 people, that somehow it's going to increase costs and food stamps and Medicaid costs. I just don't understand. Maybe they can piece that together for us on the 23rd. Okay, but no, Ashlyn, I appreciate the question. It's not up to the Fifth Circuit quite yet. Not yet. Thanks, Gabby, for answering Carol. Appreciate that. You know what? I try not to dress like a lawyer all the time and wearing a suit and all that, but and I usually have my logo in the back, but something's happening with my USB. Okay, let's see here. Um, okay, just scrolling down to the next question here. If your travel doc is approved, do you need additional documents or reason to travel? Um, Not when you leave, but when you come back, customs could ask you, "Hey, what were you doing in X country?" And so I mean, I just got back from a trip myself from Japan and Taiwan, and man, I haven't been to Taiwan in 17 freaking years. It was nuts. It is wild. But if you go to Taiwan, by the way, don't go in August. It is brutally hot. Ooh, it's nasty. Truly nasty in August. It's bearable. You can do it. But anyway, but they even asked me, and that freaking customs officer in Houston sounded like he had something up his butt. But man, that was just the way just the way custom officers in America, ask questions like. But I know how they act, so I didn't get rough. I didn't get like verbally roughed up or anything. It's just the way people ask. Uh, it seemed like a bad attitude, but that's just how they all do it. And so they'll ask. They ask me, what was the reason for your travel? Um, Tourism, visiting family. Of course, it's nothing related to national security issues. I mean, even if it were, like, I ain't gonna tell you that. Wild, man. So that's really the only. I mean, documents. I would say you don't need any documents. I mean, the only document really is your approval notice in your card, okay, and your passport. But other than like documents of what you're doing, I mean, You could show him proof. I could show him proof of Pikachu that I bought for my kids. Oh, good lord, there's so many stuffed animals that they want to buy. Tosh, your marriage case is stuck for 5 months after interview. Chat with my team. Select option number one and the link in my profile with pre-qualify session. Aisha, is I-130 processing time faster? No, hell no, it's not faster. It's much slower when it's a resident sponsoring. It's like double the time. And that's because they rely on the visa bulletin, which is it's like backed up right now. John Hancock, number 5. Can green card holder get a passport or leave the state? It may depend on your country, on which country you're trying to get your passport from. I know some countries is very difficult to get a passport or renew it. Instavar, thank you so much. My email, if you're saying people that need our help, I really appreciate that. If y'all know someone that needs our help, I mean, you're always welcome to share the live show. But if you're wanting like share like our actual email, it's best really our email is in our link in the profile. It's wecare@johntinglaw.com. But otherwise, we recommend just sharing our website, greencardguys.com. But anyway, there is a link under my profile picture on TikTok and in YouTube, Facebook under the description box that starts with zaap.bio. You can share that link. It's probably much easier. And honestly, that's just how we're able to go through a lot of concerns, a lot of questions from people. Um, if people fill out the short form on our link, just helps us streamline a bit more. We use technology to help us streamline faster. In fact, when you fill out that short form, you'll receive an automatic email of certain cases that we don't accept because, especially in a timely manner, like if you need to file an appeal and it's like due next week, we're likely not going to be able to help you. Most law firms won't, but let's see. Tony asked, will Trump be able to deport lots of undocumented in his term? Yeah, I mean, if president wanted to start removing people without legal status or have order removal, they can't just if you don't have an order removal, right? And there's no permanent bar issue in terms of like illegal entry, and then leaving and coming back, for example, then they can't just deport you. There's supposed to be something called due process. So you receive an opportunity in immigration court to fight your case, fight your ability to stay in the United States. But if you have an order removal, yes, ICE could technically go to your home or your workplace, and yeah, and so that's possible. Sorry, I was pausing here because I'm reminded that I have a meeting right now. It's 1:15 Central Time. So I'll tell y'all what, I see one more question on YouTube and I'll get back to y'all. Really appreciate questions on all the channels here. VPON, you're married to a U.S. citizen, 45 denial. Issued birth certificate filed 290B 10 months ago. Ooh, 290B. We don't like those 290Bs unless you really have to file it because there is no processing time for that. So, Vipon, in your situation or anyone that has someone similar to what I just mentioned, you want to schedule a link. Okay, schedule in the link. Whether you want to meet directly with attorney, that option available. That is option number 2. It is a paid strategy session because our attorneys are most of the time focused on our client work. Okay, but I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I just noticed this new thing. TikTok saves y'all's comments, I think. So I don't know if all of them, but so I'll run through them. But the best thing, if you don't find me on the next live show, the best thing to do is click the follow button or subscribe on your respective channels. I'm going to try to come back live in a couple hours. Okay. Let me finish some of my meetings and if I talk to you then. Okay. Peace.